Hey, I was going through my iPhotos, and the last time I was in Afghanistan, back before the epic pullout failure, the guys at the maintenance and supply area would build these wooden boxes so that you could put things in there and ship them. And I was impressed because they did a really good job. They are 4 feet over everything on both directions. So you could use a sheet of plywood, you know, and it'd either be like this piece right here that you see is 4 feet across and it's 4 feet this way. And they would tack these 2x4s on there, and then they would shoot through this 2x4 through the plywood into this other 2x4, and it would just lock it in really tight. And then if you look really close, they'd also put in a screw all the way in there to keep the nails, because you might put an engine in there or some kind of heavy thing and it's rattling around, and if it bashed against this wall, it would just pull the nails through. And yeah, they also do it down here, so you can kind of see they did a hodgepodge of nail, screw, and then some kind of hex head awesome screw. And they put them on these 4x4s. And I noticed on theirs they only use 2, and that way the forks of the forklift can get under there. But I would put a third one in the middle, so that if you did put something heavy, you're not just sitting down on the plywood causing it to sag. And when you look at this design, this is 1.5 inches plus 3/4, and so it leaves a little lip on this 4x4 on this side and on the other side, so that then you can run 2x4s across, put plywood on top of it, and you have a very sturdy box. And so I thought I would try and draw that in Chief just to see if I could. And the way you draw things, like with just solids, I use this tool right here. This is the 3D solid tool. Somebody on Chief Talk answered that, because it's, I don't know, it's not something that's easy to find, but you draw in elevation view. So let's come over here first. See if I can find where, yeah, here we go. So what you're seeing here is the piece that's on the ground, the lid. And it's, you're looking right through. So let me do this, make it a little more better. I was looking at E1, so let's get rid of E1 and go to E2 from the side. So there you go. So that's 4 feet over, and what you do is, here, I'll just do it real quick. You draw what you need. Chief always defaults it to concrete. So I'll say I need a 4x4 post. I would click on either line. I would make it the size vertically of a 4x4. I would make it the length that I need, which is 4 feet, and then double click it. And right now the thickness, it always defaults to 1 inch thick of material. And I know that's going to be also 3.5. And then the last thing you do is you go back and open that up again, and you go to materials and click there, and then go pick the proper material. And on this example, what I do, I chose framing and pressure treated. Hit OK, hit OK. So now it changed color, so now it's the same as that. And now we can look at it, and this is the best part. You can look at it in 3D. And what it does is, the reason why it's so far back is the camera we were looking at is parked right here. And when you draw in elevation view, whatever you're drawing is like right in front of the camera. So make sure you haven't, like here, see this? There's the camera, there's the piece. So just make sure your camera's not, because make sure it's not way back here. I was doing this once, and I had all my cameras spaced out for a house, and I was drawing all these things, and then when I went to look at it, I couldn't find it. I didn't realize. So when you're doing something small, bring this elevation camera in close And then you'll be able to find your item. And I'm just going to delete that and go back to 3D because it's really kind of cool, actually. So we have this view where we can actually see how they did it. And then we have the, I guess I must have got rid of the, where's my plan view? Huh. Oh, duh, I'm in plan view. So anyways, this is what it would look like. It's kind of confusing because all the lines bleed over each other. And you just have to think about it when you're drawing it. So it's all there. There's where the forks will come in, either this side or the other side. And you've got these three, this 2x4. All these 2x4s are actually extending over into that little space that's on either end. And then they're supporting this plywood bottom. And so that's pretty stout. And then you can pack this bad boy full to whatever load limitations you are instructed to not exceed. So that's a fun little thing to do in Chief, is just to don't even use it as a house drawing tool. Just use solids. And it's kind of like SketchUp in a way. It's probably, I'm going to bet SketchUp's probably easier for people that are good with SketchUp. But this also works in Chief. So there you go. You can pretty much draw anything you want. There's some quirks about Chief. Like if you notice, the wood grain is going the wrong direction. Like I was going to use this right here for all the wood. But since the grain really stands out, I'll show you what happens. I just got my toolbar crashed and I had to redo it. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to paint this. See how the grain goes the wrong way? I would have to create a second wood pattern with a different name and then go into that pattern and tell it to rotate the grain 90 degrees. And then I could have these two, and all the verticals would just stay standard, and then all the horizontals I'd have to change to that new pattern. So I just thought, no, I'll just grab a different thing so that it'll just look different. I don't really care. I don't want to mess with that. It's a goofy little thing. I don't know how much software intelligence it would take to, like, I don't know how the software would know that when something is long like this, that's going to be the direction that the grains go. It's probably a lot of code writing to make it do that, you know, but anyways, as they say in Chief, there's always a workaround. Sometimes I really hate that word. That's all I got, man. For this video, I just wanted to show you that this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, because I was really impressed. The guy building these, he was from like Romania or Czechoslovakia or something like that. And I wanted 7 sheets of plywood so that I could build some shelves and kind of make, we were making our hooches a little better. And so he hooked me up. I got 7 sheets of plywood. So I got him the Construction Master Pro Trig calculator. And I sat with him at Chow a couple times, and he couldn't believe. First of all, he'd never even imagined there was a calculator that could do construction. And then when I showed him it could do metric, he was really impressed. And so I kind of gave him an idea on some of the things that it's really good at. And so it was fun. It was quite a deal, man. $56 for 7 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood. But that's what you do. Anyways, y'all have a great day and week. And as much as there is goofy crap going on, at least focus once a day on something that's really cool. That might be a dog, that might be a cloud, that might be something. But take a breath. Realize that right now, this second, things are pretty good. Unless you're on fire or drowning. And have a good one.